You wake up, the wind chill on your back, you are in a dark desolate forest, you hear a faint whisper coming from behind you. You brush it off and say it was just the wind. You walk forward at a slow pace, like you're going for a chill walk. Suddenly you hear yet another whisper. This time the whisper seemed closer. You look around to try and find where the noise is coming from, but you find naught but the dark night sky above you. You keep walking forward, the wind picks up almost suddenly and rustles the trees making lots of noise in the quiet night. You find yourself thinking of all your best and worst memories you've had throughout your life. The good memories were as bright as the sun, while the bad ones were darker than a cup of black coffee. As you are walking you stumble across a dirt trail and decide to follow it. Just as you step onto the trail you hear the whisper once again, this time it feels like the sound itself is breathing down your neck. You turn around to see no such thing behind you, there is no reason for it to sound so close when there is nothing nearby. You continue walking on the dirt path, the ground suddenly gets a lot more moist as you enter an even darker and more swampy forest. Suddenly you hear a loud tap. You can't pinpoint the location of its origin but you look around nonetheless. As you continue to walk along the trail you hear it again. You try to ignore it and keep on walking. You pass by a lamppost with a piece of paper duct taped to it. The paper reads that which is written, shall and must never become true. You contemplate what this could mean but can't draw a clear concise conclusion just yet. You walk further up the trail and hear the tap once more. Yet again you ignore it and focus on the trail. You reach a phone booth that was placed next to the trail. You try to open it but the door is locked and another note is taped to the clear glass door. Don't beware of the writer, but beware of the written. You try to compile this info in your head with the note you saw before but still it just isn't clicking. As you continue along the path you once again hear the tap but then 5 seconds later you hear it again, and again, and again. You keep walking forward and the tapping seems to speed up ever so slowly. You are now running down the path desperate to find the source of this sound. The path starts to curve and twist, your balance on gravity itself shifts as the path twists and whirls upside down, you lose your sense of direction. Finally you reach the end of the path, and everything seems to be normal once again. You take one step forward and see a wooden table at the very end of the path. You take another step forward, seeing on the table is a typewriter. You assume that is what was making the noise. You walk up to the typewriter and press a button, however you hear no sound. You press another button, still no sound. You start to write something on the typewriter. B-E-H-I-N-D-Y-O-U. I return from my kitchen to my typewriter and sit down. I reread the last few lines. As I'm reading I notice a key on my typewriter press itself. This doesn't worry me much since it's an old typewriter. Then another key is pressed, I start to worry a little bit. More and more keys are pressed by themselves and my heart is racing as I'm terrified and clueless as to what is happening. The typing stops and I take a deep breath. I stop to look at what it says. Suddenly I am frozen still, a chill descends down my spine as I feel a cold breath down my neck, and a solemn whisper in my ears. I slowly turn around, seeing a dark figure standing right behind me. I slowly look up so my eyes can meet its eyes. Why does it have my face?